I usually talk about comics or games around superheroes, but I decided since this is fresh on my mind to talk about this fighting game that's coming out in a month. Fighting games are something that I always admired in a way, and one of the few genres that still hold and require a lot of skill and memory. It's almost like school and sports where you have to study and remember stuff like frame data and block strings, along with having to practice it multiple times until you get it right consistently. It always feels rewarding when you learn that cool combo that you spend a whole day trying to do. Even though I say all this, I don't think I would say I'm good at fighting games. I played games like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Infinite along with the NetherRealm game, but I always sucked at them. I was still the person struggling to do a simple Dragon Punch motion on my PS4 controller until I picked up Dragon Ball FighterZ. I feel like that game has piqued my interest in the genre even more because I always felt like I was improving every day I played online. Learning combos on TODs were fun for me and actually made me pay more attention to frame advantage even though I still mindlessly mash. So I decided to try to open beta for Guilty Gear Strive, and so far I do like how different Arc System Works games are compared to most other fighting games and NetherRealm games. I never heard of Guilty Gear until like over a year ago when I first heard the main theme for Strive, and somehow that immediately made me interested. Then I forgot about it for a couple of months until they announced the beta, which I played of course. I was worried that this kind of game would be too much for me coming out of FighterZ, since FighterZ is generally simple, but I was fine. I would count myself in the casual to intermediate crowd, and I was still fine with this game. Like FighterZ, it felt easy to pick up but difficult to master fully. I got the hang of combos and how the game feels, but I still have trouble with blocking and doing different mix-up options. One of the weirdest things to me was not being able to combo from any punches, making it only for poking an enemy, which I still need to practice on for this game. I feel like the main concern for people is doing a special move notation, since FighterZ has the regular quarter circle special moves for every character. You really need to practice those notations in training mode so you can get the feel for it on your controller or arcade stick. The character I chose throughout the beta was Kai because personally he looked cool to me and he felt balanced. I tried playing other characters like Soul, but it didn't stick with me well. I liked how he was able to get up to an enemy and also have good projectiles for Oki and neutral. Kai also has a dragon install that gives him some advantages for his specials and more damage, but you can only unlock it when he's at low health. Playing against people online was great in terms of connection. The rollback netcode they kept talking about was really good, and I barely fought anyone with a connection that would make the whole game start to lag. I tried going back into FighterZ after this beta, and yeah, the delay based netcode kinda really sucks. The lobby system is honestly the one thing I hate the most from playing. I prefer to just choose ranked or casual, then boom, you get a match in like 1 minute. Instead, you have to find people to matchmake with and see if they're just ready to fight. Some people may show that they're ready but won't accept your match request for some reason. Your best bet, since they're not gonna change the style for matchmaking, is just to do the quick match option and just train before you find a match. There's also the implication of different floors instead of ranked mode. Each floor is mostly players that are generally around your level. The more people you beat, the higher you go. You are also locked out of previous floors, so you can't just be a pro and just bully noobs for hours. Anyways, in general, I am actually looking forward to this fighting game and trying out these new characters and mechanics. The lobby system is something I don't really like, but I hope it's changed to something better throughout the game's lifespan. The rollback netcode is very good, and I hope more fighting games make this a normal thing. I honestly would recommend this fighting game for any casuals if you're willing to spend a little more time with it. So yeah, I just decided to just make a quick video on Guilty Gear Strive because I was thinking about it. So bye.
These bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing.